It's a difficult transition as we came from this hypermarket from the beginning of the year to this market, right? It seems that we're talking two different eras, and everything is happening in 2023. 2023. Oh, because I already started in 2023. I celebrated too. I always celebrate the new year. It doesn't matter who is celebrating. I always celebrate New Year. So for me, I am already looking forward to 2023. There is a lot of things still to do in the remaining part of the year. But today, we're going to discuss what is happening on the housing market today. Do we have the crystal ball, Martin?
We don't, but we try to make the best of the information we have and see how the market is headed.
Yes, and we can talk about what's going on in Southern California, specifically the market by the numbers in Orange County. The market is kind of in a flat situation right now. There was a decrease in the number of homes available for sales in Orange County. We went from 3615 last week to 3652 this week. So do I say a decrease? Did I say a decrease?
Yeah.
Well, it's an increase, okay? This is the thing why I love to go live, because this is me. There are 37 more homes to pick from. So, however, this is not like every city adding homes. No, there are cities that the ones that we monitor, that they are kind of stable, like the city of Tustin, the city of Anaheim Hills, Huntington Beach, Newport Beach is pretty stable, North Tustin, and some of these are not cities, are communities, but we are treated as a city on the MLS. And so other cities like Laguna Hills, Laguna Niguel, or the city of Orange, I would say, is the one that got more homes on the market in the last week, because it went from 132 to 146. So after the decrease of numbers of homes on the market, so other community that increased again is Yorba Linda. Yorba Linda has been kind of like going down, going up, going down, going up. But other cities have reduced their inventory, like the city of Irvine, city of Anaheim, Fullerton, Coro de Casa, Lake Forest. So the inventory at this time of the year is expected to keep decreasing, but there is a main factor that is keeping the inventory at a flat level. It means homes are staying a little bit longer on the market, and that is interest rates. We're going to talk about interest rates, what's going on in a sec. Then moving to compare what's going on in our neighboring counties. Riverside County. Riverside County also got a few more homes on the market, 13 homes more. San Bernardino, however, got a good chunk at it, 62 homes less on the market. Still, there are over 5,000 homes on the market in San Bernardino, over 6,000 homes on the market in Riverside, and still over 10,000 homes in LA that also reduced almost 100 homes in the last week. Remember, San Bernardino is not as big, I think, than Riverside County and LA County, right? And compared to with us, Orange County is a tiny, tiny, tiny universe compared to these counties. But we are seeing that plateau, that flat line coming. The movement that we're seeing is not so big to determine the destiny of the market, but which is tied basically to the interest rates. The interest rates have started picking up a lot since September 1st. In July, August, we have been like, I don't know, it was, I think, a desire that we want that the rate stabilize at 5%. Well, the chair of the Fed didn't agree with me or with Martin or with anybody in the business or any buyers, anybody. They decided that they are going to keep putting pressure on the interest rates, and a couple of weeks it wants to put in pressure on the housing market. And nothing better to put pressure on the housing market than what? Higher interest rates. Again this week, the rates peak or surpass the 7% line. It's like, what happened last week? So we're getting used to it. So today the rates are a little bit better. Per the Freddie Mac survey, The 30-year rate was 6.66 for the week that ended up yesterday, and they reported today that it was a little bit lower than the previous week, that it was 6.7. But I said it was over 7% too. So, and if we remember where we were at the beginning of the year, we were at 3.25. So this is more than double the increase in the interest rates. That was a shock, and it's still a shock on the market. We talked to a couple of lenders. Some big banks have a very attractive. So if you are in the market to buy a home, you have to talk to 3, 4, 5 lenders and compare your options. Big banks are offering great interest rates for clients and for non-clients too. So you have to talk to them. I'm not going to say anything wrong about brokers, because brokers also feel a niche that is important on the housing market. So we were given some numbers, loans below 647, in the 6.625, above we were above 6.875 today. And for jumbo loans, they are in the middle today, not as low as they used to be, 6.75. The good news is for veterans, VA loans, first-time buyers, or not so first-time buyers, but who are qualified as a first-time buyer for FHA loans, the rates are today they were below the 6 at 5.875. So there is some hope there. Do you want to add anything about interest rates, Martin? And then I will talk about something else.
Well, one of the things that I could say about interest rates is know your lender. Know your, if you don't have anyone, give us a call and we could guide you through some of the programs that are out there. We do not loot loans. However, we do have enough knowledge in the industry. There are banks out there that are buying the business. We have something that in the jumbo loan, we don't, but some of the lenders have jumbo loans at 5.5. Yes, 5.5. However, you have to have a relationship with them. And you can't come out of the street. You have to have some sort of relationship with them, and they will give you those kind of loans. Same thing with our broker vendors. They also provide certain niche market products. There are some, depends on the lender, they could provide something like, for example, incentive programs for nurses, for certain fields that they specialize. Doctors, for example, CPAs, those are some. The other thing also is that there are some programs that would allow you, probably you pay a little bit more interest rate, not what you want to hear, but we can offset that PMI or something. Again, each lender has a unique product, a unique niche that they build. So they're going after. For example, we talked about Bank of America is coming out with a certain program where you don't need a FICO score. And they're trying to definitely address a niche in the market. It's not available to everyone. However, again, know your vendor, know your lender, and there are certain programs that with the hiking of interest rates, there are certain things that are being done to make it more affordable. For example, we could go back to the old adages or promos that were done in order to offset the high interest rate or something like that. Some of our homeowners will pay up to 1 full year of HOA or something. And the thing about it is, those things is we have to structure it in the loan in such a way that the lender will not kick it back. And you have to know the intricacies. You can't just throw something out and expect to get $100,000 back for this or for that. There are certain things that we need to do. Knowing your lender is the best thing I could do, or I could tell you. And you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call and we could walk you through some of the vendors that we work with and we have a relationship with. Laura?
Yes, as Martin was saying, the lenders are more open now. It's more competitive than it was before. Now because the pie is smaller, right? It was the cake was humongous at the beginning of the year, but there were not enough homes. There are not enough homes, and that's the reason why we are not in a buyer's market. Even though we're saying it's flat, the homes are not selling as fast. And when I say not as fast, we're talking about 80 days average, can go a little bit lower, can be even according, you go higher in price, it takes even longer to sell. So, but the number of homes, if you look in your area, you look in your town, you're going to see that the number of homes is not there to say, oh, me buyer, I'm going to take control and I'm going to ask the sellers whatever I want. No, because the inventory is not there. Another buyer will come, but the sellers have to be patient. So a couple of things again that we repeat every week and every week. If you are a seller, you are thinking of selling, get your home ready, get it, paint, repair, make it appealing. Even though you say, well, Laura, you just said that there is not enough homes on the market, the competition is not there. Well, guess what? Buyers are paying much more per month that they used to pay 6 months ago. So if they are gonna make the decision to buy a home, they don't want to deal with 100 repairs. They don't want to do all the work. They are expecting to have a turnkey home, a moving ready home. They don't want to deal with that. So as a seller, this time you have to be motivated to offer like your home at its best. We always say it starts from the curve. Everything counts. When they go inside to the backyard, everything to showcase your home. And of course, work with a realtor that is not only qualified, because all of realtors we are, but that works with professional photographers. If it needs a staging, with a stager. Everything needs to be now, wow. It used to be before, but now it's more important, because to make that buyer to jump from the sofa where they are watching the last season, I don't know what, just like that. They don't do that unless they're motivated and say, hey, this is my dream home. Let's do it. Let's jump. Let's go for it. Doesn't matter. Let's look for a good bank that will offer me a good interest rate, but because the opportunity of owning your dream home may not come along all the time. Sometimes people are looking for this particular tract or neighborhood or the neighbor across the street that you are currently renting and now it's for sale. Now you want to buy that house. So there are certain opportunities that will come along and people will still buy and sell in this market, but you have to be patient. So for buyers, again, compare. Doesn't mean that you need to ask everybody to run your credit. Talk to different lenders. They don't need to run your application. See what the chances you have with each of them according to your situation. If you are planning to buy in the future, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years from now, save as much as you can. We know the bad word today is not mold anymore. The bad word is inflation in real estate and interest rates with the II. But start saving, save as much as you can, keep your credit in good shape, because interest rates, bottom line, are determined by FICO score, debt to ratio, assets, liquid and non-liquid. But if you have other properties, or you have money sitting in the bank or the stock market, everything, or 401k, everything counts to help that you are a very responsible borrower, and the banks will take that leap of faith and offer you the best programs to you. So don't get discouraged.
Go ahead. The only thing I was going to add to that is you're absolutely correct. One of the things about it is know your mortgage broker. Know your realtor. Don't just go with someone that could give a loan or sell your home. Everybody could put a sign in front of the house and sell your house as far as the realtor is concerned. Same thing with the lender. I cannot stress enough that don't focus solely on the interest rates, and don't focus solely on selling a home with John Smith, who's going to sell your house because he's going to put a sign in front of your house. The thing about it is, what I'll tell you is that if you're looking to sell your home, look for an agent that is seasoned, that could think out of the box, that could come up with the different programs or different strategies to sell your home. And the thing about it is that selling your home is not putting a sign in front of the yard is not the end of the transaction. It's just the beginning, and you need to know how to keep it together and take it to the end. I'll say the same thing for my vendors. The loan officers, it's not about the interest rate they're charging. I know that 0.5% or whatever because of the other bank, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I've had several banks that would offer up to $1,000 if they didn't close the loan. The thing about it, at the end of the day, we lost the transaction because they couldn't get the loan. So the thing about it is, get a professional that could think out of the box, that is seasoned, that knows how to close those transactions. The lenders, I don't know their business, but the thing about it is there are several factors that get us funded. And the thing about it is, if it's a good lender, they will know all the steps ahead of the game, and they're not going to be caught off guard. Same thing for your realtor. The thing about it is, let's have someone that knows the market, someone that has been in the trenches and knows how to react to the moving changes. So the thing about that is, the key to us is we want a roof over our head. We want to buy a home. So the end game, let's look at the end game. The end game is getting a home and getting the proper loan for it. That being said, everybody could promise you a home. Everybody could promise you 1%, 2% interest rate, which is ridiculous. They can't do right now. But if they did, the thing about it is we want to make sure that what is promised is being delivered.
Yes. Yeah, I think you wrap it up that section very well. Now we're going to talk, every week we discuss a town around here. And this week we're going to talk a beautiful, a small city in North Orange County. That is the city of Placentia. It only has 50,000 in population, about 50,000. What it was very interesting, and Martin's going to talk like a brief about this town, is that this city exploded in the last 50 years, really. Before, it was a very tiny city. So it is very, very interesting. So I love Placentia. We have sold a lot of homes in there. We have a lot of clients living in Placentia, and I think there is a charm to it. It's next to Yorba that everybody loves and everybody wants to live, but with a more affordable price tag. So Martin, do you want to talk a little about Placentia?
So Placentia is a great community. It's a good, charming community. It's got some old and it's got some new. The thing about it is, if you are not familiar where Placentia is, to the north, and I'll go clockwise, to the north is Brea, to the west is Yorba, to the south is Anaheim, and to the east, to the west is Fullerton. So it is nicely situated. Some key facts about it: that town was founded back in 1837. The founders, believe it or not, Chapman, Kramer, and a couple of others. If you're not familiar, that's where the first commercially grown Valencia orange groves were planted and made into a business. So just some key facts. The other thing about it is the city size is about 52,000 people living there. If you're not familiar, 52,000 is equal to about the population of Paramount, Aliso Viejo, Covina, Rosemead, and Glendora. If you think about those cities, so that kind of gives you a size and the density of it. It's a smaller little city. It's got some of the older, hopefully by this year, at the end of this year, they will have a Metrolink station opening up soon. Secondly is it's got an old town charm right by Chapman and closer to Cal State Fullerton. Also, it's got some brand new homes over by Rose and Alta Vista. So it's a good mix. The other thing about it is that, did you know that the unemployment rate there is only 2.4. The average median income is about 108,000, and about 65% of the people own their homes. The rental rate is about 30%. Let's see, that's just kind of the statistics on some of the information about Placentia. Other than that, it's a very nice community. It's Placentia Yorba is the school district. Very good schools, very low crime rate. Several other things that I could think of at the top of my head. Let's see. Our clients who are there, it's a bit way for everyone. We've had pretty good experience. I mean, everybody's really nice. Our clients that we've had for several years. It's got a very great sense of community. And the people that we have sold and we have purchased there, they love the community. Some are involved with the school district. Some are involved in other parts within the city, and they love their community. Anything else you want to add?
Yes, I always have something to say about it, about everything. So something that is interesting about Placentia, that is the mix of the old and the new. And I love their new tagline that is right heritage, bright future. As Martin said, they are building the new Metrolink station over there. There are new homes coming. They keep growing. Even though it's a small city, they keep growing, they keep building. There are new shopping centers being built as we speak. And they are doing a very interesting project that is called Fiber City. I want to say Placentia Fiber City. That it means that they're trying. This is a privately funded project that the plan is go business by business, door to door, home to home, to get them internet to access the smart city application. It's like, what is this? I never heard about the smart city applications. Why I don't have these smart city application? So the city smart application will allow them remote metering, a lot of options and access to the city. That's the city of the future. So that is very interesting. So looking at the future, and this coming week, looking to the past, they have the Heritage Festival. That is a very fun festival. It starts early in the morning. There is a parade. There are veterans participation. So you don't have anything to do. It happens on Kramer. You can go to their website, placentia.org. That's the city website, to grab more information. They're looking for volunteers. It's definitely a fun event. And we love when cities do all these kind of events to keep the community going, to keep the community together, especially now that we are out of the pandemic. It is very nice. So we're gonna do, and our next segment every week is what you can get for your money. And what you can get for your money always includes the city of the week, or the town of the week. In this case is the city of Placentia. Martin's gonna go over this week. We're gonna compare three cities that they are not next to each other, but they are very close by. City of Placentia, city of Yorba Linda next to it, that as mentioned before, it has a higher price point, and then prices go down as we cross the county line to the city of Corona. So hopefully nobody gets offended, but city of Placentia wanna be Yorba Linda, and Corona wanna be Yorba Linda, right? So it's kind of the same thing, but with different price points. So let Martin to go over it. And
so one of the things that I wanted to go over is price point. So let's go from the west to the east and basically start with the city of the week. Placentia, right now on the MLS, we are showing an average of what?
Yeah, what do you get for your money for 850,000 this
okay.
week? So comparing the homes for that price tag.
Okay, so 850. What do you get in Placentia? Well, in Placentia, what you get for 850, it's a detached single-family home, 2-car garage, 1,300 square feet, 4 bedrooms for 850. And then in Yorba Linda, your purchasing power kind of decreases in the sense that you get an attached SFR, single family home, with a 2-car garage, 1,700 square feet, 3-bedroom. Same. The Placentia home was built in 62, the Yorba Linda in 83, but both do not have HOAs. The difference, the key difference here is you get a single detached home in Placentia versus in Yorba Linda, you get a detached.
Unattached.
I'm sorry, the reverse. A detached in Placentia and attached in Yorba Linda. If we keep on going a little bit further, then Corona is in Corona for the same price, $849. You get a detached house with a 3-car garage, built newer, 89, 2,300 square feet plus a loft. 3 bedrooms plus a loft, and no HOA, and you get that price points for $849. So therefore, Yorba Linda, you get a little bit older home, nice detached. Yorba Linda, you get an attached home. Corona, you get a detached 3-car garage, 2,300 for the same price point. And the difference between both, they're actually right next to each other. Placentia, Yorba Linda, Corona. You have to try just a little bit more to go to Corona and deal with the traffic on the 91. But other than that, they're both great cities. They have unique features and things that people enjoy. One is pricing, the other one is the community, and the other one the amenities that every community has to offer. And all three are great. Laura?
Yes, sometimes we have to explain ourselves why we are including Corona and the city of Riverside if we are here in Orange County, because we started seeing the migration during the pandemic when people were coming or going from LA and Orange County, smaller homes, to areas like the city of Riverside or Corona or even San Bernardino to get more space, because people were like sometimes in a 2-bedroom home in LA, and for the same money they can get a house in Corona. So that's what is one of the reasons why we're comparing. Now, with the increase of the interest rates, with this hike that we mentioned from 3.25 at the beginning of the year to 7%, what we're seeing is, and NAR today, their research department posted something very interesting, that they are seeing this nationwide. It's not now anymore about the pandemic and I need more space. It's about affordability, because the urban areas are getting more expensive, suburban areas are less expensive, and more rural areas. If we're comparing rural areas, we are not very here, like you have to go, I think, to Central California to go to more rural, but we are seeing that coming from LA, going to Orange County, LA going to Riverside, Orange County going to Riverside County. So we see that migration happening, and that migration is subject to, because before someone can buy $1 million home or $700,000 home and they can still buy a small home here in Orange County. Now, a $700,000 home in Orange County with the price of the loan payments would be still very expensive. So they prefer to go and see what they can get for $550 in Riverside. There are not many choices though, because something that we say is that we are not in a buyer's market. So there are not enough homes. There are pressure on the pricing. So the sellers who need to sell, they are more motivated to cooperate. And something that we didn't talk about today is what about I already seen on the MLS, sellers offering to buy down the rate. So if they are at 6% or 6.5%, to try to help with whatever is the cost, to help to reduce to 5.5% to make that home affordable. So there are options out there to make it home sales happen. So home sales happen regardless the time. We haven't seen interest rates at so high, I think, since the beginning of the 2000. The high was in 2000 and it was at 8%. Yes, price points were much lower, income was much lower. Now we have very, very high home prices, but incomes is higher. It hasn't catch up with the income with the home prices, but there is gonna be an adjustment Most likely, yes, it's going to be. How big it's going to be, it depends on how high the interest rates go. Some people are saying, we heard lenders telling you, yeah, this can go at 9%. It's like, oh, wow. But when I talk with colleagues and friends that they have been in the business since the 80s, when I was a child, but not to say that I was in my crib, they started telling me, Laura, that's nothing. When we started, I was 21% interest rate. We're doing all type of crazy financing then. It's like, it was crazy. We were doing wrapping loans and this type of things, seller carryover. Well, we are not, I don't think so we're going to see that in this market. So they are not much surprised, and we are not much surprised either, because in 2006, the rates, 2006, 2007, the rates were at 6.5. So, but crossing the line of 7 is kind of, scary. But we get used. Last thing before we wrap it up with the opportunity knocks is something to compare between the cities, among the cities of Placentia, Yorba Linda, and Corona, is the price of the per square foot for the median homes. Even though the median price between Placentia and Yorba Linda, there is a big difference. The price per square foot as a median, taking it from the median, is not so different. Placentia has a median price per square foot of 512, while Yorba Linda has a 536. So the difference is only $24 per square foot. However, the median price in Placentia is $867. While in Yorba Linda, the median price is $1,126,000. That's why we say people who want to live in Yorba Linda and cannot afford the high prices in Yorba Linda, they buy in Placentia. Today, there are 63 homes in Placentia for sale, going from the low 400s to the 1.3. So, while in Yorba Linda, we have multi-million-dollar homes on the market. So, and if we add Corona, then crossing the county line, the price per square foot, the median price is $365. You see, it's like 60% of the, Martin, do the math for me, and so with a median price of $700.
The only thing I'm going to add about Yorba Linda and Corona is you don't have to drive far. I mean, Yorba Linda is adjacent to Corona. So you really just need to walk over to the county line, literally walk, and you're in Corona. So it's a good note that you bring about the cost per square foot and the medium price points, because when I did the comparison, it may have seemed that they were identical, but they're not. There is significant differences between the three communities. Go ahead.
Yes, that's our presentation kind of for the day. Last segment that we always do is opportunity knocks. We have 2 fabulous homes for sale now in the city of Riverside. One is a former model in the beautiful gated community of Victoria Grove. It has 3 bedrooms plus a den, 3,200 square feet, no neighbors behind. You can enjoy the sunsets, $1 million, just that. And then we have a second home in a gated community as well, much larger, close to 4,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 bonus rooms, 3.5 bathrooms, with a pool that is less than 10 years old, no neighbors behind, city light views. We recently reduced the price to $1,099,000. So there are opportunities out there. Just be patient, look for it. Before we say buyers, be patient, keep putting offers. Now we say be patient, the opportunities will come along. So it's the same message for sellers. And now we added the sellers. The sellers before used to sell the house in one day. Now they have to be more patient than ever. Now for both, be patient seller, be patient buyer. Both, everything will be good down the road, but we'll keep working hard. So any questions, we are here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Feel free. If you have a city that you would like that we particularly discuss as the town of the week, let us know. Or price point that you are interested to, let us know. Any questions about real estate, let us know. You can direct message us, text, email, go to our website. There is a lot of places where you can find us. From my part, have a wonderful weekend, everyone.